In June 2025, a historic moment unfolded in Lagos, Nigeria. Wooden crates bearing the seal of the Netherlands were carefully unboxed to reveal some of Africa's most treasured artifacts, the Benin bronzes. After 128 years in European museums, 119 sacred objects, stolen during a brutal colonial invasion, were finally coming home. Officials, artists, and descendants of the Oba gathered to witness the return of ancestral heritage, a powerful symbol of cultural justice. Before Europeans' colonization, the Kingdom of Benin was one of the strongest and most creative places in West Africa. It began around the 10th century and became very powerful between the 1400s and 1600s. Benin City, the main city, was well organized and protected by big walls and moats. The people there were famous for making beautiful art from bronze, ivory, and wood. These artworks told stories, remembered important people, and showed respect to the king. The king, called the Oba, was not just a ruler. People also saw him as a spiritual leader. With its great art, strong army, and respected king, Benin was an important and advanced African kingdom before colonization. The British wanted to trade with the Kingdom of Benin because the region had valuable goods like palm oil, rubber, and ivory, which they could sell for profit. But the Oba, king of Benin, did not allow them full control. He had his own trade system where he controlled who could trade and how. This meant the British couldn't freely do business or expand their power the way they wanted. So the Oba's resistance made the British angry and frustrated, one of the reasons they later attacked Benin City. In January 1897, a British official named James Phillips led a group of people to Benin City, saying it was for a peaceful visit. But he didn't have permission from his government to do this. At that time, a sacred royal ceremony was happening in Benin. During this ritual, no outsiders were allowed to enter the city. The people of Benin warned the British not to come in, but they ignored the warning and kept going. As a result, Benin warriors attacked the group. 7 British men and some African workers were killed. The British called this the Benin Massacre, and they used it as an excuse to send an army to attack Benin City soon after. In February 1897, the British sent a large army to invade Benin City. Led by Admiral Sir Harry Rawson, they had over 1,200 soldiers, carrying powerful guns and cannons. The Benin warriors tried to fight back using traditional weapons, but they were outnumbered and outgunned. The British army burned down the city, destroyed the royal palace, and captured the king, Oba Ovenramwen. He was sent into exile in a city called Calabar, where he later died in 1914. British soldiers also stole thousands of valuable artworks, including the famous Benin bronzes, beautiful metal plaques, and sculptures made by Benin artists. After the invasion, thousands of sacred and historical artworks were taken from Benin and sent to Europe, where they were sold to pay for the war. The Benin Kingdom lost its independence. It became part of the British Empire, and the Oba king lost his power. This attack helped the British take stronger control over the southern part of Nigeria and encouraged them to take over more African lands. The Benin Punitive Expedition, 1897, wasn't a one-off. It was part of a wider colonial pattern of overpowering African societies, exploiting people and resources, destroying cultures, and, in a powerful step toward justice, the Netherlands returned 119 stolen artifacts to Nigeria, including 113 from the National Collection, 6 from a museum in Rotterdam. A deal was signed in Leiden on the 19th of February 2025. On the 21st of June 2025, a formal handover was held at the National Museum in Lagos with the Orba of Benin, Arwiwer II, Dutch and Nigerian officials. The Orba called it a divine intervention, and it marked the largest return of Benin artifacts to Nigeria so far. These artifacts are not just art, they are spiritual and historical treasures, symbols of Benin pride, history, and identity. Returning them is a step toward healing from colonial injustice and sends a message to other countries to do the same. Next step, Nigeria's National Commission for Museums and Monuments, NCMM, will care for and display the artifacts. Some will go to the Orba's future Benin Royal Museum, and a few will stay in Lagos. Nigeria continues efforts to recover more artifacts, including 72 from London, 31 from Rhode Island, ongoing talks with Germany, Cambridge, the British Museum, etc. Other countries have started to act. Germany returned over 1,000 Benin bronzes. The UK's Horniman Museum returned 72. But major institutions like the British Museum, which holds around 900, still refuse. Citing legal restrictions, this is a major point of international debate. An Air India flight that took off from Birmingham, United Kingdom airport on Saturday, June 21st, was headed to Delhi in India. However, during the flight, a bomb threat was reported, forcing the plane, flight AI-114, to change its course and land in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, as a safety precaution, where it landed safely and completed security checks. The incident happened after an Air India Boeing 787-8 Dreamliner crashed shortly after takeoff from Ahmedabad Airport on June 12. Tragically, all 241 people on board, including 52 Britons, lost their lives except for one. Vishwaskumar Ramesh, a 40-year-old father from Leicester, was sitting in seat 11A. He was the sole survivor of the flight, which was heading to London Gatwick. That's it for now, but I will be back with more updates as the story develops. If you found this report helpful, don't forget to like, share, and comment with your thoughts. Subscribe and follow to stay updated on all the latest news. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.